Hello there, Sagittarius. This is Miss Joan of Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and we are here to talk to you about February. This month we'll have 4 weeks, and so there'll be 4 columns of cards. And of course, we're going from January 29th through February 25th. So the first week we'll be covering the 29th through the 4th. Alrighty, I'm going to program these cards for you, and we will get going on this. There's some good, fun things happening. I will explain in a momento. As usual, all the Sagittarians in the world may not agree on a whole lot of anything, and that's okay. But if these videos that I'm making happen to resonate with you, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe. That'd be awesome. And if they don't, that's okay. Off you go. But please give me a shot, right? At least listen once. Okay, so I'm going to set these cards aside, and I'm going to go ahead and program for the in-depth part of the video on the last week of the month, the first week of the month, 29th through the February 4th. A brand new deck to you all, the Animal Wise Tarot by Ted Andrews. There's a wonderful collection of fabulous animals in here. It is a traditional tarot deck, so all the usual suits are around and about, but they're all represented by animals. Yay! And I will address them as individuals when they come up. And I'm going to go ahead and program these for you. All right then. So we'll set these aside, and we will go ahead and lay these cards out, and we'll get going. All right. So we have the 3 rows as usual. There's the where we are, what's blocking us, and what our solution is. And let's get into it. Why don't we do that, Sagittarius? Let's talk about this. So here's the Justice card, and the Justice card is talking about how, indeed, this particular week, there's a craving for fairness. You want things to go the right way. I'm feeling that there's part of you that something's been going on where you don't feel like there's any justice in it, and that you're not being taken seriously or taken care of in the situation. So that's an interesting situation. We're going to find out more about that. Temperance here in the blocking department refers to a lack of flow in your life, a lack of being able to accept the serendipities that are coming your way. If we can open up to those serendipities, you'll discover that there's a little bit more that's coming to you than you're aware of or have allowed in the past. So just sort of take a deep breath and release the need to control certain things, and it will help a lot. So interestingly, when you open up to the flow, something else is coming here. You have the Empress as your solution. And I gotta tell you, it's my favorite card. This is the Empress, yes, of course. And she's you put the energy out there into the universe about what you really want, and it will show up. And you tell the universe, hey man, I really need to have a really cool part-time job, and I need to have it so I have the extra time to do everything else. And you're just putting that energy out in the universe, and then pretty soon somebody calls you and says, hey, can you come in for a couple days? I know it's not the greatest job in the universe, but it's just a couple of days a week, and that's all we got right now. Sorry. And you're like, perfect. So this is good stuff. This is something you can manifest in your world. that scenario is specific to someone else. But by all means, come up with your own plan. Come up with something that fits you to a T, okay? Let the universe know exactly what you want. Be specific. When you're putting energy out in the universe, you don't want to be putting out just random stuff. You'll get a lot of really strange random stuff coming to you. So be specific and things will open up for you, all right? This is going to be a great week. We'll go in depth at the end of this video. The next week over, being the 5th through the 11th, we have the 8 of Cups here. The 8 of Cups is saying that now that you had all these wonderful things happening last week, there is somebody in your life who is causing more drama than help, and is somebody that you used to rely on. This happens in relationships sometimes, and it can be a pal, a friend, a coworker, an ex-boyfriend or something. The real deal is that, you know, things happen, things come and go, and the flow there is another version of flow that you need to pay attention to. Some relationships are intended to be part of your life forever and ever, amen, and others not so much. So people can sort of pop in, do their deed, and go on their way. You have appreciated this person in your life for a period of time, and they have done great service for you in the past, but at this time they're just bringing drama that you don't have time for, and explaining that you've grown out of that is difficult, but one way or another you need to work on that and get that happening for yourself to be free so you can move forward. All right. The 7 of Cups is here in the area where you're blocked, showing that there's also you have some opportunities presenting themselves, and you are going to be confused by all the opportunities that are here for you. It doesn't surprise me that they're showing up. You did get back in the flow and you did put it out there into the universe that you wanted stuff. I did mention being specific, right? So be specific about what you want and what you need. On the other hand, we have all these choices and options coming up, and all this emotional stuff going on with an old relationship that's worn out. Is going to have you digging deep into yourself, because it's going to be kind of hard. It's going to feel like crap. I'm really sorry, Sagittarius. I wish I could tell you that you were going to be sunshines and rainbows all the time. But this has got you digging deep inside yourself to find the inner strength, to pull from yourself the knowledge and understanding that in this case, you need to love yourself more than they love you. All right? Because if they really loved you, they wouldn't be causing all this drama, right? And so when you have to choose yourself over that other person for your sanity, for your independence, for whatever reason you need to pick yourself first, there's really not a reason to not do that. By all means, it's this is this is your moment. Do it. Pick yourself first, okay? This is that week. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to February 12th through the 18th. We have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is talking about you fighting for your worth. You are going to be telling the universe, hey, I'm worth more than what I've been getting. Thank you very much. It's time for you to pay up, world. And you're going to put that energy in the universe. I want you to start putting that energy in the universe back here to tell when you have the Empress on your side, you can say anything you want. So by all means, get smart and say, hey, I'm worth $5,000 a week. Thank you very much. And let the universe know that's a good thing. And that would be awesome, right? Who wouldn't? So here we go. Pick a better number. If you're already there and you need more than that, go bigger. I don't care. It's fine. Find what you're worth. It's good. The 4 of Cups is here, being where you're blocked this week. And the 4 of Cups is your foundation of your heart. So when you're fighting for your worth, it's hard to remind yourself that, because you're fighting for your worth on the outside world. But sometimes that feeling of not being enough or not being appreciated for being enough trickles down into our heart. And when it does that, we doubt. We doubt ourselves. And doubting yourself is a constant battle with pretty much everybody. I think we'd all do that a little bit here and a little bit there. I want you to pay attention to it. Give it its due. Journal it out. Burn it, tear it, throw it away. It's not worth anything because you are worth everything. And we want you to come out of this outside of that doubt, right? Full of positivity and understanding that I'm worth exactly what I'm asking for. This is why. This is what I've done. This is all the things that I can do. And remember that it isn't, that's all on the outside. But the worth and the value that you have on the inside has nothing to do with what you do or how you do or whatever, because your personal worth has everything to do with the fact that you are the only you there is. And that's wonderful and beautiful. And nobody else is like you on this planet. So that is so priceless. To take that in, gulp it down, feel it inside your body, the warm, wonderful fuzzy that is, because there is no other person just like you, and we need you. So stick around, Sag. We've got this. The sun is here. This wonderful card here is telling me that something will be beginning. There's the beginning of something. You'll be starting out on some new I feel like you will be appreciated. You're going to get what you need, but it's going to have a lot of new beginnings, whether it's a set of new clients or new other things going on in your life where you're going to have people coming to you and you're going to have some I don't knows stuffed in a box, and you're going to like, okay, I'm going to whip out some I don't knows because I don't have all the answers for this situation. Maybe you're not used to having too many clients at once. The fact is, you will learn how to schedule and work it out, and it's all going to come together, and it's going to be amazing because you are worth it, and you will have what you need, and you will do what you need to do. It's going to be awesome. I see forward movement in a very positive way. So while this may not be a full lottery win / hey, I got exactly what I asked for back here, it's going to be something, and it's going to be momentum. I feel momentum is building for you, and this is a wonderful thing for you. So please embrace the momentum, latch onto it, and hang on tight, because we're going to go, and it's going to be awesome, okay? Now, let's look over here one more time. We're going to look at the 19th through the 25th of February. We have the Queen of Cups, who's an emotionally based female person or energy person who is full of emotion, full of understanding. Hopefully this is joyful feelings and understanding. This is going to be great. Please allow this to be somebody in your life that is awesome. All right. If this person turns out to be very Debbie Downer, I'm going to ask you to try and distance yourself from this person because it will be too much for you. There'll be too much energy, too much stuff on the outflow, and you can't afford to have that much outflow right now, okay? The Page of Pentacles, new information about how to handle your money, which will be blocking you. So this is just a lot of information that might be somebody saying, hey, in order for you to do this sort of thing, you need a new license or a new something else. So it will be a little stumbling block as I see it, not a stopper. It isn't a complete stop sign. It's more of a stumbling block that says, hey, check it out. You have more to do before you do this other thing. But you'll be able to move forward after you get done with that stumbling block. Sometimes they're big ones, and sometimes they're just little steps. You got to go, boom, 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 boom. Then you're done, and you can move forward. So work on that basis, that it's just going to be a few more steps to do to expand to this new level, and it'll be awesome. Perfect. Good job. All right, and the solution, of course, for this week is going to be the Lovers. Partnership. There's a partnership of some sort coming your way. It could be with the Queen of Cups, somebody who is going to be of assistance and help you through the process. It doesn't have to be a relationship, but it could be a relationship. You seem pretty busy this month, so finding time for a relationship is going to be a big deal, and I'm impressed if you can do that. Good job. But do keep your eyes open. There's nothing wrong with keeping an ear out if you're a single person. Don't be afraid to at least collect a phone number that you can get back to later when you're a little less crazy and busy. All right? Because that's going to be what's going to be beneficial to you, is that you understand and appreciate all of what's coming to you. Massive amounts of abundance this month. Okay? Cool. A couple of stumblers, but nothing too much. All right? Remember, you have worth and value, and you are worth every penny. All right? And it isn't even about the pennies. You're worth beyond the pennies, right? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set these cards aside, and we will go ahead and go in deep on the first week, January 29th to the 4th. All right? And these are pre-programmed cards, so we can just go ahead and start placing them. This is the new Rider-Waite, Animal Wise Tarot from Ted Andrews. Really, really great stuff. So let's see what's going on here. We were talking about the Justice card and that want for fairness. Things to swing back into fairness. You were feeling like you were not getting your due. And that was a drag and a half. The Seven of Cups is here. Necessary decisions for goals. The Beetle. The Beetle is here. And he is pretty cool, right? Check that guy out. He's cool. So the Seven of Cups, he's telling you that, guess what? You are going to be... he has a wonderful protective shell that he wears like armor to protect himself, and his flying wings, which are underneath all that, right? So he can do the flying thing, but when he's his most... pardon me. When he's his most vulnerable is when he's like on the ground, right? And so he needs to wear a good shell to keep himself protected when he's on the ground. The other thing to know is that he likes to, he's a little bit weird, I'm just going to say. He takes his little babies and he puts them in fresh animal poop, all right? And makes balls and rolls them around on the ground. So that's kind of his little way of getting things done and getting things around. It's kind of like a dung beetle. I think that's what they're called. So pay attention to how you're doing your job, and that everything that you're doing is protected while you're doing it. I see him really all about protection, because there's also, like it said, there's decisions you'll have to make for your goals that may or may not be pleasant, especially when you're looking for justice and fairness. So you may have to release an employee or do something like that will not feel great, but at the same time will be necessary. And you want to make sure you're protected while you're doing things like that, okay? Pay attention to what you're doing and how you're protecting yourself so that you don't get hurt, and you're covering all of the legal bases, and all your I's are dotted and T's are crossed, okay? That's important stuff. But that being said, we have the gecko, the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the gecko, this little dude here. Do what you must in struggles. So we have necessary decisions for goals and do what you must in struggles. Both of these cards are speaking plainly about how this isn't going to be very much fun. For you to get your justice, you're going to have to do some stuff. And he's a whippersnapper, this little gecko. He is a whippersnapper. He will fight. He will fight you. He didn't look like too much, but I'll tell you what, he will fight you. So be aware that he is feisty, and he's got some oomph to him, and he's a sudden snapper. So as you're going about your business, pay attention to who you are, how you're being, and what's going on around you. And if you need to do that, just to stop whatever's going on. Do it. Stop what's going on before it gets too bad. And separate yourself from the situation if you can. Okay? This is about self-care and taking care of what needs to be done. All right? Do what must be done. Interesting, right? Okay, so we had Temperance talking about the flow and getting into the flow and how the flow is blocked, which is a drag. We just need to do some work on that, right? We have the Queen of Cups, Cricket, intuition and power of belief. So if you're not following your intuition very closely, you need to start following your intuition very closely. You have a wonderful bit of knowledge in your belly that is telling you, hey, check it out. This feels right. This feels good. Yay. And this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel good. I don't like how this is going. I don't trust this person the way I want to. The way they talk to me make me feel like he's a car salesman or something, and I don't like that. That doesn't feel like the vibe I want around me. Listen to that gut. Listen to the energy in your tummy that tells you, oh no, I'm not going to have that person around me. It's not good. Yeah, don't let the person be around you too much, okay? But there is flow out there for you. You just have to find your way to open up to it. You are currently blocked in that department, so figure a way to open up to the flow. Sometimes that can be as simple as cleaning out your closet or getting rid of something you no longer need, okay? That could be relationships, could be physical stuff. Just open up to the flow, all right? We also have the Nine of Swords here. Loon, the answers and hopes are in your dreams. Dreams and beliefs are down here, all waiting to be released. When you open up the flow, you're going to open up the flow to your intuition and your dreams and your hopes and your answers from your inside self. Allow for the possibility that it could happen, that it's okay to have things come to you from outside of yourself, but also totally inside yourself. These things are all coming from inside you. The hopes and dreams and the power of belief, they come from inside. So as you let go of something that's like, you have a blocking belief, I believe. Let it go. You know, I know sometimes we want hard and firm rules and regulations and things that make sure that nothing can possibly be at all unexplained, but the fact remains there's a lot of things in life that are just unexplained, okay? And if you can just allow for the possibility, that's a crack in the armor. That's awesome. That's a beginning. And all it takes is a crack for the water to get through. Ha-ha. And the only water we really want to get through is your own dreams and your own goals. For you to think outside the usual box that you've put yourself in, to allow yourself to have some freedom, okay? Hopes and dreams. Hope. God forbid, hope. Hope. Yeah, hope. 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 Yay. Right? It's like a puppy. Hope. And I want you to let it be. Let it be okay to have a little hope, all right? Hope is good. And look. You bring out the hope, and what happens? The Empress shows up. Presto changeo. Open up to the hope, and the Empress shows up. Yes, I like that. The Empress is going to bestow upon you anything you wish for. We talked about that. We talked about what your worth and value might be later on in the month, and how you're needing to fight for that. So now is the time to plant a big seed that says, I am worth as much as you need, plus more. All right? So there you go. We're going to plant a seed. We're going to dream big. Go for it. But be specific. You don't want to have weird things happening instead of like, I really want a house. Okay, they gave you a castle. What? Oh, that's more than I wanted. Well, it's what you got. So be careful what you ask for. The next card down is the Knight of Cups. Praying Mantis, insight and protection in stillness. So the Knight of Cups. He's talking about emotional stillness, which is super interesting, that you have stillness as a solution while you're dealing with all these other things, your hopes and dreams and your belief system are all being challenged over here. And they're saying, okay, you can do all this while you're sitting in your car. You don't have to go too far away from the house, or if you can do it at home, do it at home. You can do it wherever you want to do it, but it won't take very long if you'll allow it to be the dominant conversation when you're doing it, okay? So we also have the Six of Cups here, which is the cicada. Happiness from the past. Cicada. This is telling me that you're going to have somebody show up from your past who is going to be possibly useful in the situation, or maybe they'll bring you a gift that will help you move forward with your goals, or possibly even bring up, they're going to influence you in a way to remind you of an old dream or an old goal. This is going to be a really fun week. I'm excited to see how it works. If you can get that flow going, boy, oh boy, oh boy, exciting things are happening, all right? Good for you, Sagittarius. We will talk next week about the 5th through the 11th of February, and good for you. I'm excited to see how this plays out for you. Thank you. See you next week.